Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 17 Bengals versus Broncos predictions. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report of the Cincinnati Bengals. We start off with defensive end Sam Hubbard and defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins with a knee and illness, respectively. They're both out for the game. Then moving on to tight end Tanner Hudson with a knee injury, he is doubtful for the game. Then moving on to wide receivers, T. Higgins with an ankle and knee injury, and Carly Jones with a groin injury. Tackle Amarius Mims with a hand and ankle injury, and illness for defensive end Joseph Osai, and safety Geno Stone with an illness, all questionable for the game. Then moving on to safety Jordan Battle with a hand injury, tackle Orlando Brown Jr. with a fibula injury, and quarterback Joe Burrow with a wrist and knee injury. Now, when it comes down to it, it's a lot of defensive players, and they're honestly one of their best, or maybe even their best, pass rushers, and Sam Hubbard out for this game. That's going to hurt the Bengals heavily. I know they still have Trey Hendrickson, but still, that is one less pass rusher against Broncos offense that is honestly good enough to honestly wipe the floor with them. But there's another thing. They can't lose or else they're out of the playoffs. And that's what Cincinnati needs to avoid. And without these guys, certainly without Sam Hubbard and Sheldon Rankins, and even potentially Joseph Osai, this is going to be a horrific game for the Cincinnati defense. Now, moving on to the offense of the Cincinnati Bengals, starting with quarterback Joe Burrow, running back Chase Brown, wide receivers Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Andre Iosivas. I don't know if that's how you say it, but if T. Higgins cannot go, Isaiah Williams will take over. Then we get on to tight end Mike Gesicki, left tackle Orlando Brown Jr., Cody Ford at left guard, center Ted Karras, Alex Kappa at right guard, and Amarius Mims at right tackle. But if Mims cannot go, Devin Cochran, I think that's how you say it, will be taking over. Now, this offensive line, honestly, pretty okay on certain occasions. On this occasion, going against the Broncos defense, I think it's going to have a little bit of an issue. Otherwise, pretty decent. But then you got your top receivers in T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. You got a good tight end in Mike Gesicki. So honestly, I'm thinking that the Bengals offense will at least do something decently. Although we are talking about the Broncos defense, who honestly can pick off mostly anyone if you're not Kansas City. But still, they're a very good defensive team that honestly causes turnovers, and that's what Joe Burrow and the Bengals need to avoid. But he may get one or two turnovers, whether it be fumbles or interceptions, in this game. Now, moving on to the Bengals defense, we start off with defensive ends Myles Murphy and Trey Hendrickson, and defensive tackles McKinley Jackson and BJ Hill. Weak side linebacker Maema Njongmeta, I don't know if that's how you say it, but okay. Inside linebacker Jermaine Pratt, Hakeem Davis Gaither at strong side linebacker, corners Cam Taylor-Britt and Josh Newton, nickelback Mike Hilton, free safety Geno Stone, but if he cannot go, Tyson Anderson will take over, and strong safety Jordan Battle. Now, when it comes down to this defense, I'm honestly going to be saying this. They're going to have a tough time. First of all, you don't got Sam Hubbard in this game, and Sheldon Rankins on the defensive line as well, out for the game. Now, also, you have an opportunity to lose Osai, who could come in as a rotational edge rusher. And obviously, Geno Stone might not play in this game. So, in my opinion, the one thing they need to avoid is they need to avoid those big plays with Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton and even the rookie Vele. Those plays are crucial for the Broncos. And honestly, if the Bengals are able to stop those kinds of big plays and also stop the run game, like specifically in the inside zone, I think that they could actually deal a massive blow onto the Broncos. But honestly, doing that and actually just saying that is two different things. And right now, I'm just saying they might do that, but not confirming that the Bengals could actually do that. I'm just saying if they want to beat the Broncos, they got to do certain things, and these are the certain things I believe they need to do. Now, moving on to the injury report of the Denver Broncos, we got running back Tyler Batty with a back injury. He is questionable for the game. Then moving on to wide receiver Troy Franklin with an ankle injury, running back Jaleel McLaughlin with a quad injury, and cornerback Riley Moss with a knee injury. Now, obviously, the only player who is questionable, every other player is active, is Batty. But even without him, I think that the Broncos will be all right. Although I do think he's going to play. I think he's going to be in the starting lineup, or at least a rotational back, something. He's in that scenario. I don't think he's going to start. That's Javonte Williams. But realistically, I don't see much for the Denver Broncos to worry about. They got back Riley Moss. They got Troy Franklin and Jaleel McLaughlin. And honestly, even though Jaleel is also not a starting running back, honestly, I think that they'll do a very good job with the guys they got. And honestly, they're not as injured as the Cincinnati Bengals. So honestly, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Now, moving on to the offense of the Denver Broncos, we got quarterback Bo Nix, running back Javonte Williams, fullback Michael Burton, wide receivers Cortland Sutton, Devon Vele, and Marvin Mims Jr. Tight end, we got Adam Troutman. Left tackle, Garrett Bowles. Ben Powers at left guard, Luke Wattenberg at center, Quinn Miners at right guard, and Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. Now, when it comes down to it, I honestly believe that the offense is going to do an amazing job. We're going to be seeing a buttload of runs, inside zone runs by Javonte Williams and others. Maybe we'll see a few outside zone runs, or maybe some pitches, some tosses. I don't know. But honestly, the one thing we're going to be seeing is that we're going to be seeing Vele, Mims, and Sutton all at least once in the end zone, as Bo Nix will get the ball out to them. And honestly, there's nothing really bad about this offense that I can say. Everyone on the team is basically, they're just there. They're doing their job. They know what they need to do, and they're honestly very good at succeeding in them. So I'm honestly thinking that the pass game, the run game, it's going to be successful for Denver. Now, moving on to the defense of the Denver Broncos, we got defensive end Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers. Nose tackle DJ Jones. Weak side linebacker Nick Bonito. Inside linebackers Dustin Strand and Cody Barton. Strong side linebacker Jonathan Cooper. Cornerback Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss. Nickelback Jaquan McMillan. Free safety PJ Locke. And Brandon Jones at strong safety. Now, when it comes to this defense, they're going to be pretty good. Honestly, Allen and Myers off the edge, pretty good. But Bonito, that guy has been insanely good for the Denver Broncos for a while now. Honestly, we might see him getting 1 or 2 picks in this game and probably getting a few sacks as well on Joe Burrow. So we might be seeing this guy be the defensive player of the game and maybe even the defensive player of the week, because I honestly think that guy is that good. Then you got Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss at corners as well. PJ Locke and Brandon Jones all the way back in the safety positions. Yeah, I'm not seeing that much issues for the Denver defense. They're going to probably take down Joe Burrow and that offense. But you never know. Maybe Burrow and the offense of the Bengals could actually do something to screw over the Denver defense. Now, in conclusion, I have this game going in favor of Denver 27-13. And with that, the Broncos will most likely clinch a playoff spot, and the Bengals would be eliminated from playoff contention. That's what I believe will happen. The Broncos will be a wild card team. The first playoff appearance, if I'm not mistaken, since the retirement of Peyton Manning back in 2015. So yeah, this is going to be an insane year for the Broncos, especially if they get into the postseason. And I think they will be able to do that. Honestly, Bo Nix is probably going to have a very good offensive game, and we're going to be seeing a very good defensive game by the Denver defense as well. Honestly, I'm sorry, Cincinnati, but you aren't that good, and you're not that good enough to make it into the playoffs. You would have to win this game and the next in order to do so, but I think it's more or less too late. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Denver or Cincinnati? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.